Hello and welcome to another video. Already I've received another doll that I previously ordered. This is Mela from MerviaArt Dolls. She was ordered during the January pre-order of this year, and today I'm going to be a little bit better with my opening techniques. I actually have a pair of tweezers that are there's just a slanted edge, but I find them to be sufficient to my needs and decreasing chance that I will hurt myself. Please don't mind my little eyeball experiments on the side. Let's go ahead and get this open. I may be opening this upside down, but also I erred on the side of the stamp being upright. I'm gonna have packing peanuts everywhere. All right. So, let's see if I can show off the box for you. Made in Mars with Love. That is the story of the Mela doll. Beautiful foiling on the box. And that same stamp. The artist introduces themselves on their page as Merv, who is an artist from Turkey but lives in Poland. It took my shipment 5 days to get here, which really was very quick. The story of Mela in brief is that she is from Mars and got stranded on Earth. So let's see what's inside. Oh, I can smell the resin. Got a lovely card. A holographic sticker. Some beautiful cards. So, her certificate of authenticity. And then a couple of stickers with some of her designed full set Melas. You are worthy. You are enough. And you cannot eat money. Oh no. Some more peanuts. Give me a moment, I will dump these out into the box. There, that's better. So, before I unveil her, I've got a little side stuff that I ordered with my purchase. I ordered a wig stand. Instead of working directly on the doll, I wanted something I could do some wig making on. And this is 3D printed, so it's correct to size. It does not need to be smooth and wonderful. It is perfect for its purpose. The artist made these little... Oh, I got one more before the unveil. Sorry, psyched you out. I'm really excited. I've been sitting here with this box since about noon today. So I've had this box in my possession for 12 hours now, and I waited so that I could record it and share this with those of you who may not know about Mela, or may be curious or are waiting for your own to arrive. So I also ordered her 3D printed magnetic horns. Oh, as I was saying, the artist sewed this wonderful cushion so that Mela would be comfortable for her trip to me. Oh my gosh. All right, it looks like we've got hands in here, but I got her in the rock skin color. So that is a beautiful gray. She's got really good weight to her. The resin is very smooth. We won't get too far into doing the joints just this second, but they feel really good. Her joints are, her hip joint is amazing, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Hang on just a little bit. She is a little smaller than my other MSDs. I will pull over one or two to do a little comparison as well. Her hands are so adorable, and it looks like I've got 3 sets. Let's see if I can show these off a little for you. More unintentional ASMR. I apologize if you do not like that. I am using a lavalier mic to be sure I get my sound even for you. My last video was not as clean as I would have liked. I'm gonna lose a hand. Dropping it in my lap already. Okay, so here are the most open hands. Did I get that? There we go. I'll have Mela model those for you real quick. Then we have the middle open. They're kind of meditative, almost. She's a much better hand model than I am doll poser. That much is for sure. They are cute little hands. They are so nicely sculpted as well. You can see all the little joints of the fingers. There aren't fine lines in it, but that's not an expectation of the resin. That you can see the details of the joints of the thumb. It's pretty spectacular. We'll leave those hands on her for now. Let me move some of this out of the way, and then I will readjust my camera. Here is my Mela next to a 2015 Fairyland Mini Fee Karsh on the old A-line body. I have them standing in the lid of the box just so that I made sure they were even. She's not that much shorter than the Fairyland Mini Fee, but she is definitely slighter. Here is my Mela next to my Doll Zone B45012 body with a Sweet Elf Annie head. This body was purchased in December of 2020. Losing track of my camera, sorry. As you can see, once again, she's shorter than the doll's own, but not much slighter in terms of proportions. All right, let's do a quick overview of her joints. So we'll start with her feet here. She has a pretty good range of motion. Up, flexing. And pointing. Let's do pointing on the side nearest the camera just so you can see that good range. Her ankles are a little, I want to say, taller, so the way that they flex and bend is slightly different to some of my other dolls, but there is also sculpture in the ankle joint that gives you a little boost in the range. Knees, she is double jointed in the knee. She does have some very beautiful, delicate sculpting there in the front. She does go full bend there very easily, very happily. She can indeed sit on her backside very easily. That gets more interesting and complex as you look at her backside, which has this very fascinating double hip joint, I guess. I keep wanting to call it a thigh joint, but it's really more of the hip. You've got the peanut kind of thing there, but then there's also this beautiful curve that builds out the roundness of her hip. It has a little sculpture that leads into like the shape of her backside. The inside of her joints has been hot glue sueded. Thank you so much. That explains why this feels like it has really good between motion. I've never had a hot glue sueded doll before. My She Is a Dragon BJD does have sueding in her. But I really do enjoy how these hips move. You can go from this upright position here to bending just at the lower, or bending, I'll call it the lower and upper ball. And when you combine the two, she can pull her knees up more or less to her chest. And when we get to her chest actually has 3 segments. Please excuse your arm, ma'am. She has a central ball, the rib cage, and then the upper chest. So let's see if I can give you a little peek. So it really is a very smooth ball. Her rib cage, I'm not going to pull her apart too much. I can't do the pulling end to get a good shot. And then her upper chest, which has a lot of very fine detailing as far as the sculpturing of this doll. Just little dimples. She can bend backwards pretty easily. And holds fairly well. She can also bend so far forward. Let me move her leg out of the way, which, by the way, she can do a frog. She can sit like a frog because of the way these hips are done. However, I really wanted to show you her torso bend. She can bend forward pretty well without much assistance needed. She can put pretty much her face between her knees. If I were better at this. Yeah, she can put her face between her knees. I do have to hold it a little bit. Oh, there we go. Head between her knees. She is ready for safe air travel. All right. The head has fairly nice motion. Let's see if I can turn that this way for you. As with many dolls, I think there would be a benefit to sueding the neck. Of course, she has her artist stamp on her head cap. I didn't do this with Daisy, I totally forgot. So her faceplate comes off. She also she could have come with, I did not order, a sleeping faceplate. I only got the open eye. And then of course, here's her head back. Pretty standard in there. The neck sits into a nice little dome in here. Sorry, my zoom is just kind of a turkey. Her arms, in her shoulder, she has this double, this kind of shoulder cap, I guess. Yeah, just this little cap. She's suede-ed in there too. Very nice. She has really nice range of motion. And there's fine sculpting in the musculature of even the shapes of the arms, all the way from the shoulder down. Her elbow. See if I can get it to focus in on just the elbow. She has a double jointed elbow. The outside of the elbow also has some very fine sculpting down into her very delicate forearms here. Her very fine arms. Her hands are of course magnetic, as we displayed earlier, with a lovely full ball there. It does move very nicely. I can get her hands in focus. I've got nearly 90 degree this way and nearly as much forward. As you can see, she can reach very far back. Turn her head so her ear is not. She can just about touch her shoulder there. With full range, she can reach all the way down the middle of her back. Obviously, she can very easily touch her face, cradle her chin, be very thoughtful and cheerleading at the same time. The elbow also has a really nice range in as far as rotation. This way. Sorry for that if that's uncomfortable for someone to see happen, but it has a really natural way of bending. So it's not just forward and backward, it's not just rotating, but it can rotate through the bend, which is it's just so smooth the way she moves. She can also cross her arms. That's really neat. And get very close together. Sorry, I bumped my camera. Sit her on the edge of the lip here. She can cross her arms there. If I extend her legs to get them lower out of the way for me. She can actually fold her arms very closely into her body in a way that no other doll I have can do. Just want to show you how close that is to her torso. She is fully, whoops. She has got those things folded in really, really snug. She can be kind of sassy if she wants to. She really does have a beautiful range of motion, and I'm glad that you joined me to get to know Mela a little bit and to see how she handles right out of the box. I will include some full body standing photos so that you can see those in a more clear way and not in this awkward camera frame. Thanks for joining me, and I hope I'll see you for another unboxing as more of my dopamine purchases come in over the course of this year. I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed receiving her. I'm very excited about this doll. I now must begin my quest to find an artist to get her the face up and maybe body blushing that I would really like for her to have.